off in order. A prayer for us.
Our Father, in heaven, Lord, thank you for this day, dear Lord. Thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. Father, we're so thankful for the rain we've had today, Father, which has cooled everything off. Lord, we're so much appreciative of that, Father. We acknowledge that you know our every need, Father.
Yes.
So thank you, Father. We admit that we're sinners, Father, we fall short of your shortcomings each and every day. Father, we ask forgiveness of those sins. These things I ask in your blessed name. Amen.
Amen.
Y'all face the flag. I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First thing on the special call meeting is any public comment on any of the items listed below. Any public comment? If not, old business, we have none. New business, the first reason we had to call this meeting was Jonathan Farmer is here with us with KSA Engineering Firm. He's over our airport and the grant money for the airport. And Stephen Bordeaux, your airport manager, is here also. And they're here to explain the need for these two resolutions that we need for y'all to pass. Jonathan, you want to explain to them what they're doing?
Sure. So there's two items on here. It's two separate projects. The first one is a federally funded project, 90% federal funds, 10% state match. It's for the runway and taxiway overlay, so it's going to mill and overlay the runway, and then we're going to mill and overlay the taxiways as well. That work was bid as an alternate. The FAA found the funds to award the alternate in part. One of the things we were going to do is that old taxiway parallel used to be the runway way back when. So it's excessively wide from what FAA standards would allow a taxiway to be modern day. So we had in the alternate to also physically remove that excess pavement, so it's nothing that needs to be maintained moving forward. The funds they did come up with won't allow us to actually remove that pavement, but we will still be able to mill and overlay that central 35 feet, which is what you need for a taxiway system. So that's the first project. The second project is 100% state funded, and it's to upgrade the lighting system at the airport. So we're going to do conduits, cables, new LED lights, new LED signage. We had a couple alternate bids to try to get a new lighting vault, a new generator. The money wasn't there for that, so we're going to plan to go back and use possibly some other FAA infrastructure dollars to do that in the next year and the year after that. But for now, that is the lighting project. So our goal is to try to get both contractors to pretty much work at the same time, close the runway once, and do one round of projects. So these resolutions are just so you can accept the grant offers and make the awards. The grant offers should be coming pretty soon. The grants were announced not this past Friday, but the Friday before, right when you, of course, posted your agenda for your last
The amount of money involved is how much?
The state-only project is about $700,000 and some change, and then the runway taxiway overlay is, I think we're at 1.8 in federal, and about 200 some odd thousand in state. So it's about 2.7, 2.8 million total.
There's no cost to the city.
Correct.
And this federal money and state money has to be specifically for that.
For the airport, correct. Yes. It's part of it's from the airport improvement program funds of the FAA.
Now people are going to say, well, why don't you spend it on roads? Well, you can't.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, you use it or lose it. All right. Thank you. Steve, do you have anything to add to that?
He said.
All right. Good deal. All right. Well, I need, I guess we'll do this separately. We need to adopt the first resolution, whereas the city desires to engage in construction activities on the city property in connection with the runway taxiway overlay project at Springhill Airport, designated as Federal Aviation Administration, AIP, pursuant to design plans and specifications prepared by KSA Engineers Incorporated. Need a motion for that?
I make a motion we adopt the resolution.
Okay, second?
I second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, aye? Opposed, nay. All right, thank y'all for that. The next item of business, is consider a change order request for Love Louisiana Outdoors grant. And John French, city engineer, is here to explain and suggest what he thinks we all ought to do in reference to this change order request. John?
This is, when you said Louisiana Outdoors, y'all know it's for the splash pad. I'm gonna show y'all a little exhibit and I'll explain to you. So if you, and I'll come down there in just a second. So the area shown in the crosshatch was what was to be removed. What he ended up removing, and I'm talking about the leak pool, they removed that plus these two pieces here. And they left these two spots, okay? So, and then I'll explain about that. So on this, so what was to be removed was the crosshatched area. And then, but when he went out there, he removed all that plus this and left these two pieces of concrete out there. I don't know if y'all been out there. Yeah. And you remember seeing these two pieces? Yeah. Okay. So, big part? Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, so I was getting with him about trying to rectify the situation, and he went through the process of requesting some change orders. He sent in actually 6 of them, and I've gone through them, and I've got it down to 3 that are, I think, are viable for the project, and then that's up to y'all. But one of them is to, in my opinion, it would look a lot better if we went in and removed these other 2 pieces of concrete out and then filled it in and grassed it over, just like we're going to do the rest of it, and just make it look better. But that's, we can't make him do it because it was never intentionally, he was supposed to take it out, but it looks bad because he left it there. And that,
Why didn't he take it out?
inexperience. I will tell you this, I went out there and, painted marks on, it was one big concrete pad, and I painted all around this area for him to take out.
Yeah.
He just went out there and started working, and then after the fact, he said, well, I didn't know what those marks meant.
So was he paid to remove it? Was he paid to remove it?
No, we're not gonna pay him to remove all that, because he did it on his own. He just, yeah. But I will tell you, one of the change orders is, what we do need is some extra fill dirt to go back in this area, that's where the concrete was removed. That wasn't supposed to be. But, so, the removal of these 2 pieces is 276 square yards of pavement. For that, we have a line item, a unit price item in the contract already. So he'll get what he bid on it. It won't be any more or anything like that. So the good thing is it has a number associated with it. So at the 266 square yards, at $54.47, it comes out to $15,033.72. The extra fill dirt on all this is 300 cubic yards, which we also have a line item for that at $25 a yard, which is $7,500. The last item was from the time when we started this till he got his order put in, cost of the splash pad equipment went up, just for whatever reason. And I told him I would bring to y'all, and that's $8,024. For an all total, this is $30,557.72.
John, is that additional money outside of what the grant covers that the city's got to come up with?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that'll be on y'all. That's right. Yeah, any questions?
So where are we supposed to get the 30,000 from?
Where are you supposed to? Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Will we have a community meeting right here about this project?
Oh, yeah, I was here.
You was here?
Yeah.
That's been what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, when we first started to get the grant, that's right.
Right, because our state representative we got the grant because of COVID.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
people
Yeah.
were, have the ability to go out and do physical, activity.
Right, yeah. No, that's what it's called, Louisiana Outdoors. They're trying to get them outside, yeah. It's not
So,
cooped up, yeah.
So you said the equipment went up $8,000. From
Well-
that time to this time?
Yeah, when I started the plans, I called, in fact, I have a copy of them. I called the rain deck people and got a quote on the equipment. And then from then to whenever he got it signed up and we got going on the project, yeah, for whatever reason, their equipment, went up. Yeah.
So they would not honor the quote that we got
No, the
from the
quote,
first time.
well, the quote I got and based the project on was just for me to do the design. And then whenever he got bid and all was whenever the project was going.
So literally they were locked into the quote.
No, that's right. They weren't, that's right. I just got it to be able to, get a price to put out for bid, and put in the contract.
Could we have bought this equipment a long time ago and had to sit here waiting?
No, because it has to go through the grant process. You couldn't buy it ahead of time and get you wouldn't have got reimbursed for it. You could have done it, but you wouldn't have got reimbursed for it.
So what is the time cycle? For this, because I know it's $400,000 that we got, right?
Yes, that's right, And then part of that was used for the Indians, we had to do a cultural resource
Right.
survey, they pulled.
We were supposed to get money back on, weren't we?
No, you got paid for it, but they pulled that out of the grant to pay for it.
$7,250.
Yeah. It just became part of the grant.
So is there a deadline? Because like you say, you don't use it, you lose it.
Well, this is, it's really through the same as LCDG money. There's not a true deadline because there are some little towns and stuff out there that have these for years that they don't ever close them out.
Lose
But
out
what
to
it,
community development block grant.
that's correct. But what it does is keep y'all from getting another one in the future if you don't close out the project.
Well, what is the timeline now of finishing this? Water squirting up out the ground.
Yeah, we got a schedule of him during this time with the change order. I told him we're gonna stop the time so it doesn't count against him, but it was, middle of September was whenever he was gonna have the splash pad up and going. Now, one thing we are waiting on is the pavilions, the steel on those. When I asked him last, he didn't have a date on that yet, but we were gonna have where water would be squirted up out of the ground.
Where is that actually gonna be in front of the stage?
Oh, actually, there's, the big one is, but in each one of these, well, there's gonna be 5 of them. There's gonna be one here, and here. These will be picnic size pavilions.
Okay.
And then the big pavilion will be in front of the stage.
How big is that gonna be?
The one in front of the stage is 40 by 60.
Basically a good place for them to sit and listen to music.
Yes, that's correct.
150, 200 people maybe.
Yeah. And then these are for families to sit and watch their kids play in the playground.
So you're saying it's gonna be $15,000 to take those 2 pads out, sign up there,
Yes, and keep in mind this probably will put a little more perspective. What was hatched was 50,000, based on his bid. Yeah, that's right, and get it hauled, that's right. And then, the other thing too, if you look out there, he has a pile left out there, all that gets hauled off too. He wanted money for that, but that's part of his original, demolition that he just didn't clean up and haul off the first time like he should have, so all that's gonna have to be done on him.
And I won't bother you.
That's okay.
Do we have a binding contract with him?
Oh, yeah.
Because when I'm saying in the contract, like, if we didn't like his work, for example, if we don't like what he's producing,
Yeah.
like with the two sides and hauling off.
Well, he has to do it based on the plans and specs, yeah.
Right.
And he has a bond, performance bond, that he has to perform, build it to the plans and specs. So there's not gonna be, the question about not liking it, that's, you know.
I guess because when I do see it, I only see one person working. I don't know if he has a team or,
Well,
I only see one person.
that's,
Going
yeah,
downhill, that's it.
Oh, that's why then.
that's right. But he says he's gonna bring all these people in and get it done quickly, but we haven't seen that.
Because I only see one person.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he'll be out there running both pieces. When he had the little traco out there and he had the skid steer, he'd be out there running both of them.
John?
Yes.
These other two concrete pads, we have to utilize him for that under the spring, or like these two here, or can we contract that out?
Well, you could do it, you could do that, yeah, anybody could come in and do it right now, but,
But everything else is gonna be under that brand.
yeah, that's right.
This is
Yeah.
not. So
These two, yeah, yeah.
And we tried to get bids on.
We haven't, you know, just because he's out there working, and the problem we'll run into is if somebody else comes in and do this, then, you know, of course, he's gonna say, you know, y'all messed up my other area where I was working, and, you know, you get the two different contracts start pointing fingers at each other.
And how much, you say that was the outer dirt was 276 square yards, how much concrete is that?
No, that's, yeah, 276 square yards of concrete, yeah, 300 cubic yards of field material. Yeah, square yards.
And with the equipment, it's gonna be around $30,000.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, everything together, it would be in this chain,
I understand why the equipment went up, cost of everything has gone
Yeah,
up
that's right.
anyway, and so
That's right.
that's field dirt, that much field dirt for $500, not too bad.
No, it's not, the big number is the concrete, but it's like all these contracts, you know, they put their money, you know, where they, like, he put a big number into the demolition so he could get that up front. Now, he went way overboard, you know, but, I mean, I understand how they do it, but.
Because it's not gonna look right.
But
That's what
yeah,
we're running into.
that's what I was telling them, that was my point to the mayor. It's really, if you leave that, before when we had it, you know, you'd have concrete all around it, and you have these special little islands with the grass and the picnic table, and I think it would look okay, but leaving those two, I think it'll make it look bad.
They're not two squares of concrete, they're
Yeah.
jagged and broken.
Yeah, I drew them square because it's easy to line up the numbers, but yeah, if you look at them, you know, he just broke up the concrete, hauled it out.
Well, Mayor, I'll say this. In my opinion, we need to do the 30. We need to invest back in our children that's been waiting for something to play in a long time. And this is dragging on, and I mean, I've just been here a year and a half, and it's just drug on and on. It was in the previous council. And I think with our new rec director, that's gonna bring in ball tournaments and things for these kids in the summer times now, and utilize our baseball fields more.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a great asset.
Oh, yeah.
And if this antique car thing.
Correct.
is off, it's gonna be a big thing.
If it's ready by summer, September, I'm sure they can get it in the water still then.
Yeah.
So, that's my opinion.
If not, we'll hold their call.
Anyone make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Okay, any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, aye? Opposed, no. Okay, y'all, thank y'all. Okay, the next item is consider the emergency repair to the drainage pond number 1 behind Burger emergency, it was definitely an emergency.
The same people that are doing the other one over there?
Yes, and they're doing a wonderful job. I don't know that y'all had a chance to go by and look, but it was really a huge deal. I'm surprised
You wanna
they did
tell
it
us
for
about
that.
it, even though we did get an email?
Sure. The drainage pond, the retention pond that we have back there between Boyle, Payne, 7th and 14th Street, that kind of holds all the water when it rains. We have a sewer line that runs down through there, and it blew out and washed out a humongous hole in the pipe, and it was allowing sewage to get in that ditch that runs up behind Burgers, which we can't let happen. We didn't know it till Berkshire complained they were smelling it. We got to investigate and found it. We had to wind up replacing about 100 foot of pipe, putting in 50 foot of 12-inch casing and welded braces to hold it up so it don't wash back out. It's across the creek back through there. It was quite an ordeal.
So it's done already?
Sorry?
It's done already?
No, well, it's all put back together and working. They're dressing up. They gotta rebuild the roads so we can get around the levee and wash the road out, so we can get around and get it all cut and mowed. The sewer's fixed, yes, but they're doing the rest of the dress up and dirt work to make everything work like it's supposed to.
Cost us a whole lot more if we get in trouble for the sewer going down.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, when I found out about it, I called them and I said, I gotta do this right now. I ain't got time to wait, because DEQ would've caught wind of it, we could have gotten into some trouble. So, we fixed it, I reported it, let them know what we're doing, and we're good to go.
Get this done.
Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, nay. I will mention too, we had another sewer problem happen over the weekend, but I got good news on this one. It was a sewer lift station failure on Highway 157 by the old Tyson food plant. They worked from 9 o'clock Saturday morning to 9 o'clock Saturday night, like did, to get them. Well, we fixed it. We
And we were able to
repaired it
fix this
ourselves.
ourselves.
106, 110 degree weather. Thank
It was,
y'all.
I don't know how they.
your whole water department was out there, and we all pitched in and got it done. They did a really good job. Looks good, it's working.
What was that? What was the matter? What, I don't know.
The force main coming out from under the wet well, in the wet well, blew out underneath the concrete pad that the lift station sits on. You got a 10 by 10 concrete pad, and you got 2 sewer pumps with a big wet well that sewer goes into, and you gotta pump it out. And there's a line that goes in that wet well and comes out from under it, under the concrete, and it blew out under the concrete. We had to go down in there and
Reroute it.
we had to wind up rerouting it for safety reasons. I didn't want the men underneath the 6 foot of concrete, 6 foot above their head, nothing supporting it. I didn't want them under doing it, so we made the decision to reroute it, take it out from under the concrete, come above the ground and go back in the ground. It sounds simple, but it was a pretty good task, but our guys had the experience and the know-how and did an excellent job at doing it, taking care of it. The longest part of it was getting the material rounded up from Shreveport over here, because it was some oddball fittings that we had to have, and people don't just normally keep laying around. But between about 3 suppliers, we was able to get everything we needed to get it fixed. And back
Buy
around.
the Tractor Supply.
I had to go Tractor Supply and get concrete. Cause
BNS was closed.
BNS was closed. But anyhow, we was able to get it, and our crews did an excellent job.
Well, I'm so glad we didn't have to call the construction company.
And I try not to. If we can handle it ourselves, I normally do. But sometimes we don't have the equipment or manpower to do
Tell
it.
the men, we appreciate that, because I saw them out there in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they did that.
We went and got the box, we went and got a fan from the shop, that's how we made it. If we wouldn't have that fan, I don't know if we'd have made it, they survived it. But everybody handled the business and did what we had to do and got it done.
That's some good news there, y'all, so, but we appreciate y'all doing that for us. Okay, that's all I have. Any announcements or